Hello woolly thistlers, it's Rachel from Croft here in Fair Isle. I hope you're all keeping well, and just look at this lovely fog bow that I saw earlier in the month. My vegetable plot is having a year off this year, but I've still got some things growing in containers. Some lovely strawberries just ripening. Ivy that I keep for the sheep. Beautiful little rose there. I spotted this giant mushroom in the field, and there's Teresa and Butterscotch having a look too. And we've had some really beautiful sunrises. You might recognise this chap. This is Sir Didymus. He's one of my boys, and if you can see, he's just had his horns trimmed. His right hand horn he'd had trimmed before, so that just needed a little bit more taking off because it was starting to grow into his cheek, and his left hand horn had curled round really tight and was actually starting to press against his eye socket, and you can maybe see the imprint of it sort of in his fleece there just below his eye. So he'll be feeling a lot better now that those have been taken off and the pressure's been removed from his skull. And it's a very simple, very quick procedure with sort of like a giant cheese wire that saws through and cauterizes at the same time. So literally took about 30 seconds to do, and he's absolutely fine. There he is, king of the castle. And here you can see the bits that were taken off. So that was his right hand horn. He'd had that one trimmed before, but that shows you just how much had grown in the last 2 years. And that's his left hand horn that he's just had removed. You can see how smooth that bit is there. That's the bit that was right up against his eye socket. I've had a tiny little wren in the house. Unfortunately, one of the cats had caught it and brought it in, which never normally ends particularly well, but we'll give this one a little chance. We'll keep him in here overnight. And here we are the following morning. And look, he's up and about. He's on my head. Oh, well, that's great to see that he's up and flying around. Obviously managed to get him before the cat did too much damage. So we'll wait for it to get light, and then we'll let him go. Lovely to see them. Here we go, we're a little bit later on in the morning, and it's now light outside, and he definitely looks ready to go back out into the wild, as it were. So I've got the door open, and now just need to get him to go down the other end of the room and fly out. Come on, little one. Time to go. Oh, there we go. They're so funny to watch, sort of bobbing up and down. In the dockens, off he goes. Well, hopefully he'll go on to have a long and happy life away from the cats. Bye bye, little wren. I finally got the last few of my sheep clipped. You can see there, that's little baby. That's she's the last one that needed clipping. And it was a really warm day, so no doubt she'll be very glad to have her coat off. There's Mary and Meg. There's Ruffalo overseeing everything. That's Ladybird. And there we go, all done. There's little baby. And that's such a relief to have them all clipped. There we go, that's her fleece just there. Get that rolled up and stacked away with the others. But what a glorious day. So here we are in the byre. This is one of the stalls. I'm just using it for storing the fleeces temporarily. And these are all the fleeces from just from my pure Shetland sheep. So these fleeces will now be sorted and cleaned, sort of pick all the vegetable matter off them, any poopy bits, felted bits, get them removed. And then they'll be ready to go to the mill next year. And this wasn't quite the night of the super moon. Unfortunately, it was cloudy that night, so I didn't get to see it. But this was the following night, and it was still quite impressive to see the moon rising. We have been so blessed with really lovely weather for nearly all of the first couple of weeks of September, and one day I headed down to the kirkyard to do my biannual inspection of the 2 Commonwealth war graves, and then decided to carry on walking around the coast just to spend a bit more time outside and enjoy the sunshine. And even though it was very windy, the wind was actually quite warm, so for once it was nice to be outside in the wind, and just some really stunning views. This is the Burrion, which is a big lump of rock just off the coast, and that's looking up towards the east coast, and you can just see the top of Sheep Rock there peeping over the rise in the background. But still lots of seabirds around, lots of fulmars, a couple of cormorants spotted as well. Saw some seals. Just a really beautiful day to be out. Unfortunately, this is meant to be one of the last good days of weather for the time being, so I'm enjoying it whilst it lasts. And I'm also really excited to hear that Corinne and Maggie are going to be coming over for Shetland Wool Week, which, when this video goes out, will just be, I think, in a couple of days' time. And hopefully, if the weather cooperates and my travel plans work, I'm going to get to meet up with them very briefly on the Monday. So I'm really looking forward to that. Have a great month, everyone, and I'll see you again very soon. Bye for now.